You talked about the WBO ordering by, was it March 24th?
Yeah,
The mandatory shot, unless undisputed happens.
yeah.
None of us know exactly what's going to take place, but how do you see it unfolding? What do you think is the most likely scenario?
These are the different scenarios I can see happening, right? So, in an ideal world, we'd fight Usyk for the world heavyweight title, and that would honestly be amazing. Of course, that's what we want to do. We don't want to just get elevated or fight someone much lower level. We want to fight the best. Joe wants to fight the best. Joe believes he is the best. So, beating Usyk would definitely prove that. But I think Fury's going to fight Manuel Shard December 3rd. Absolutely going to. I've been saying it for the last 4 months. I just knew it. What Fury does before a fight gets made, he starts randomly calling them out on Instagram, like random people. He did it with Schwartz. He did it with Otto Wallin, like randomly, but no one even knew who they were. And then he's done it. He's done it with Shah like months ago. He randomly caused a feud that doesn't exist of him on social media, and that's usually because he's going to be the cop out when the Joshua fight doesn't get made, which it never was going to, and it just makes it look more acceptable to fans. But for some reason, Fury just wants an easy fight. I mean, maybe he deserves it, maybe he doesn't. But I feel like if you're calling yourself the best heavyweight in the world and you're fighting Manuel Shah, you're not really backing up your claims because that guy is, I think he's fought 5 rounds in about 6 years or something.
Mm.
Something ridiculous like that, or it might be 6 rounds in 5 years, same difference really. But hasn't ever beaten anyone really of any note. Has lost at cruise, been knocked out at cruiserweight, been knocked out at heavyweight. Yeah, he's normally done. I think he's 37 now, and he's not shown any signs of improvement. I mean, Joe gets better at 37, but Shah doesn't even fight. So, and he's not in the top 15 of any governing bodies. So, it is a bit of a disappointment. But I expected it. So I expect that to happen December 3rd. Usyk's currently out of injury, and I think obviously much well-deserved family time with what's going on back in his home country. So, but I expect undisputed to happen in maybe March, April, May around that time. And then when that happens, I expect the champion to vacate and retire. So whoever that may be, and then I think Joe will just become will get installed as champion, and then he will have to fight the next guy in his weight class. At the moment, I believe, no, sorry, not in the weight class, in his governing body, which at the moment I believe is Frank Sanchez. So that's the way I see it unfolding. It's not the way I want it to. If I got my wish list, he would fight Usyk for the belts, beat Usyk, become a superstar, which he's kind of on the way to becoming anyway, and then have a massive fight with Fury at like Wembley Stadium or something, or whoever is around at the time, AJ, whatever. But if if Joyce gets elevated to full champion, I'd quite like to see if the WBO would allow it. I'm not sure. I'd like to see his first defense be against Anthony Joshua in Nigeria. I think that'd be a massive fight.
Wow. Yeah, well, I know Joshua's team have talked about going to Africa for a number of years now, so it seemed like a natural one to make.
Yeah, Joshua would never fight Joyce. He wouldn't have the bottle to fight Joyce. But if it's for a world title in Nigeria, I think some things are too hard to turn down, especially when you're in the position that he's in right now.
Mm.
No one is going to give him a world title shot. Let's just be real, because no one wanted to fight him really when he had belts, and when he hasn't got any. Especially coming off of 2 defeats, because now the reward of like beating an elite level fighter, that kind of aura is going now, because obviously coming off 2 defeats and he's had 3 out of his last 5. So even if you, and it is a massive risk because Giggs is still whack and he's still got good boxing ability. So that's the risk and reward factor, apart from for financial reasons, is starting to disappear a little bit. But if he gets out on December 17th, which I believe he is, and gets a good win against a top 15 guy, which I believe they are setting up, then that might bring a little bit more of that back. But Joyce, Joshua, there's a bit of needle there. They don't really like each other. Goes back from the GB days, both Nigerian. I mean, it's not often you can say something like that. 2 elite level heavyweights are both from Nigeria and British at the same time. So it'd be huge. It'd be huge. And we proper back Joe to get the KO over Joshua.